At one point, remember facing the fact that I could either go rack up more medical bills or I could just try to care for myself at home.
My doctor found what she thought was maybe a knot or something in one of my breasts.
Turns out in 2015, I ended up needing to have back surgery.
I ended up in the hospital for about 3 days. And of course, that was more of a medical bill than, I had been originally trying to avoid.
And she sent me to have a mammogram. They decided to do an ultrasound instead. And so it resulted in me getting an almost $500 bill some months later.
In several different hospitals, I was transferred to like 3 different hospitals. I assume I was close to $500,000 in debt after all was said and done.
Those are everyday people. Those are our neighbors, our play cousins, friends. All of us know somebody who has medical debt. Shouldn't be that way in this country. But a church in Davidson County, North Carolina, and we want to thank Rest in Peace Medical Debt for those testimonials. The church in Davidson County, North Carolina recognizes the burden of medical debt and has done something about it in a major way. Church forgives $3 million in medical debt for Davidson County residents. More than 3,000 Davidson County residents no longer have to worry about being hassled by debt collectors after a local church recently purchased and forgave almost $3 million in their medical debt. The church even held a ceremony to acknowledge this momentous show of community strength as they literally burned the debt. Look at that beautiful sight. That is something. That's the thing of you. That's the kind of fire we want right there. Go ahead on, church. Sharon, I don't know, it's just something, it's something spiritual about a church actually doing what I believe the church should be doing.
You think this is what should be their testimony? And I was just thinking, the only thing missing is some marshmallows. And let's just get this party started, okay? Can you imagine if the US Treasury said, we forgive, we'll sponsor one last war and we will forgive your medical debt. They could take it from the church.
Take it from the church. There it is. Yeah, some marshmallows and some burning of the debt. Yes. That goes together. This is the second year the members of Trinity Moravian Church in Winston-Salem have taken on the Debt Jubilee Project, which focuses on paying off the past due medical bills of residents in the Triad. Last year, the group purchased $1.65 million worth of debt for 1,356 people in Forsyth and Davidson County. Reverend John Jackman, who is the pastor of the church, said the following: the medical system is so broken. Most of these families were making a go of it until someone has to go into the hospital for a few days or to the doctor for a serious medical condition. We can't fix the system, so this is something we can do. And you know what, sisters and brothers, family and friends, Reverend Jackman is absolutely right. The medical system in this country is broken. We pay more for healthcare than any other industrialized nation in the world, and our health outcomes are the worst. Every other industrialized nation has some type of universal healthcare, but not here in the good old US of A. We really don't have a healthcare system, Sharon, in my estimation. We have a sick care system.
We do. My mother was in the hospital for many months. And the worst we feared. And I remember when she finally got out, Senator, the nurse told me, take everything. I said, what do you mean take everything? Take the pillows, the gloves, everything that it's not nailed down. I said, why would I do that? Because you already paid for it. And then when you look at the bill, that is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's astonishing. Every Band-Aid, it's astonishing, okay? We've got to do better. We got to do better, I just don't know where we start, but maybe call Canada and some other places and say, well, what do you think?
Yeah, and a lot, speaking of Canada and people who come from other industrialized countries that do have universal healthcare, they look at us like we're out of our minds.
Mm-hmm.
And rightfully so. Yeah, we are. Wow, that nurse told you to take everything.
Take everything.
You already paid for it.
I took some things too, but we paid for it.
Well, you paid for it.
That's right.
That's true. I love that. I mean, that nurse is telling the truth about that. The Debt Jubilee Project, and we need more of this. So it's good to see the civic-based stuff, but we need the United States of America. As the pastor laid out, he said, we can't change the system, we just doing what we can do. So as we continue to have churches and other organizations like them do what they can do, ultimately we need the United States of America to ensure that we have universal health care. The Debt Jubilee Project has partnered with Rest in Peace Medical Debt, and that's the video that you saw play earlier in the segment, in New York to purchase and forgive medical debt in the area. In the past 3 months, the campaign raised over $15,000 in cash, which was used to purchase nearly $3.3 million in medical debt in Davidson, Davies, and Yadkin counties. In Davidson County, over 3,000 people had $2.9 million in debt, abolished approximately $954 per person. And here are some stats showing just how many Americans are burdened by medical debt. The personal story that Sharon shared with us, many hundreds of thousands of people all over this country, millions, let me not even say hundreds of thousands of people can relate to that story in some form of fashion, either directly or indirectly. But according to Rest in Peace medical debt, here's some of the stats. Every day, 1 in 2 Americans choose between paying medical bills and covering basic needs. Nearly 50% of US adults delayed or skipped medical care due to high costs. And we heard one of those testimonials say, I had to go home and make a decision. What was I going to do? And nearly 50% of US adults wouldn't be able to afford an unexpected $500 bill. And 2/3 of bankruptcies cite medical debt as the leading cause. So again, thank you, Rest in Peace Medical Debt. This is a great story in terms of having a church step up and collaborate and organize with a civic-based organization. All of this is really, really good. But let us not forget what Reverend Jackman said. We can't change the system. We just doing what we can. Ultimately, we need systemic change in this country when it comes to having universal health care, Sharon. And I don't understand, Medicare is one of the most popular social programs in this country. You try to go take a seniors or elder or seasoned person Medicare, they're gonna wrestle you down. It is very successful. It needs to be expanded so that they have dental and vision and hearing, because believe it or not, they don't have that. But why not expand it to cover all of those things, and then expand it so that all Americans have health care?
Because I think they're making a calculation. You ever notice that when some people, if you have the luxury, you have those long-term care policies, ever wonder why they only go 18 months? Because you're not gonna be here after 18 months. They've done the math, they figured it out, the life insurance policy. They're always going to win because that's what they determine it on. The American healthcare system, we're going to outpaper you, and you're not gonna get the benefits, and you're not gonna get the healthcare. And you're going to, that mother who finds the lump in her breast and makes the determination, I won't be able to pay my kids' food, this, that. And then within 6 months, what's gonna happen to her anyway? So these are the determinations that have been made, and it's corporate and it's for profit. And it's just sad because we could be a stronger nation and a stronger people if we just stay healthy and help others be healthy in all ways, mentally, physically. Gotta be a will to do it.
Amen to that. The commodification of healthcare should not be in the United States of America. Come on, America, we can do better. You deserve better than this.